Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juice, and this is day 27 of RPG A Day 2021. Today's prompt is going to be practice. So let's get started. If this is your first time here, smash that subscribe button and give us a like. We only have a few more days to go until we are done with RPG A Day, but I promise you, next month we're going to come back with a lot of new content, including a lot of reviews, streamed games, and possibly some new series, and maybe even revisiting old series that we've never completed. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, again, smash that subscribe button. So today's word is practice. And more importantly, I believe that new DMs just need practice. I've heard people talk about the amount of experience people have countless times. In fact, one of the first conversations you'll have with somebody into Tabletop RPGs, they will drop how many years of experience they have very early in that conversation. For example, Luke has been running games since high school. Others will say, I've been running games since AD&D, or maybe even since Basic or Expert. I'm sure you guys have heard this, how long people have been running games. Now, they think it lends some credibility to whatever they're about to say, and sometimes it does. Really, though, you can be a natural at this. There's plenty of people I've gamed with that were fairly new to the hobby, and they were amazing at it. In fact, early on in the group that I had started on Facebook, there were a few people who were brand new. I believe Lloyd Collins at the time was a brand new DM, and he's phenomenal. People love playing in games with him. There's other people I've played with who are fairly new, and again, they just understood how to do it. Whether they knew how to improv in general, maybe they were a drama major, or they just consumed a lot of TV shows and movies and comic books, and so they just had a knack for storytelling. There's numerous reasons why someone might be naturally good. But if you're not, again, you can practice these things. You can go and read books, steal ideas. I've talked about this in previous videos. Steal ideas from all over the place. The more what I like to call tools in the tool shed, then the more you can adjust on the fly and pull things out, on a whim. And to me, that's what makes it a lot of fun and exciting and not knowing where things are going to go. You're going to gain this from practice. You're going to gain it from consuming media such as other games, playing in games, video games, television, books, comic books, stories, talking to other people about their gaming experiences, their encounters, how they handled certain situations. All these things in my mind count as practice. They all are an opportunity to learn something new and apply it to a future game. One of my favorite things, like I've said before, is playing in someone's game, really liking something they did, and using that in my own games later on. I've done it countless times. I've taken encounters from mimic encounters to dragon encounters, and in fact, my wife ran a really good dragon encounter in our Tomb of Annihilation game recently, and it was good because of her description leading up to combat. And I do plan on stealing that. And it's something that isn't that hard. I mean, just go watch, The Hobbit and, seeing how Smaug kind of wakes up and ends up in that encounter. That's basically what we experienced at the table. So again, you can take these ideas from, programs and apply it. But really, when it comes down to it, how do you get more practice? You just offer to run more games. And if you want to find players for your games, here's a cheap plug for you guys. Head on over to our Discord. We always have people looking for games. If you're looking to play in more games, I currently have openings for my Patreon game. If you're interested, link is in the description. Linktree, head on over there and you can join that game. We're going to be starting that hopefully in the next month or so. The last thing I want to say about practice is it's not rocket science. All you got to do is try new things. And you might bomb it the first time. You might say, all right, I'm going to try to play with a more narrative intro every time, where I let the players introduce themselves and I riff off of that and throw them into what I want them to be in my scene. And again, you might not be very good at it at first, but you do it a couple times, you'll get better. Maybe you want to be better at describing combats more. Well, maybe you start off by writing a quick couple descriptive words about various settings on a piece of paper, and you use that. And after a while, it'll become natural. You'll just You'll find things you gravitate to and that you're good at and you like doing. And the things you aren't as good at, you'll take notes on and you'll prep more of that outside a game so that during the game, you're comfortable with it. That's what you can do with practice. Again, try different things. Find out what works for you, because everybody's different. The way our brains work, the things that we are interested in, the tables that we have with like the different people and their personalities. Every single variable makes it a different experience. And so the more you practice with a variety of groups and play styles and game systems even, then the better you'll get. The more things you can add to your tool shed. This was Master the Game. I am Juice. Game on.